ladies and gentlemen, the Anvil F7C Mark II is here. Single-handedly, my most favorite ship in all of StarCitizen, and the thing that I have personally been looking forward to the most out of anything in the game, is finally here for us to fly. And I gotta say, it's gonna be very difficult for me to remain neutral in regards to this specific ship, just because for me personally, I feel like I am quite emotionally involved with this specific fighter. That being said, with master modes around the corner and the live model probably sunsetting into the distance in the near future, any kind of combat prowess, balance discussion, and position where the ship is currently is essentially a relatively moot point. But it is fun, and we are going to test it. I've been asked many times since I started flying this beast, is it better than the Mark I Hornet? And the truth is quite simple. The F7C Mark I is meta-based off of a bug, in the sense that the Mark I Hornet flies at about 28 Gs, and the Mark II flies at around 23. The Mark I should not have 28 Gs. But if I was ever going to balance a Hornet, if I was ever going to put my hands on the numbers myself, the Mark II Hornet is exactly in the spot that I personally would want to put the ship. We're going to put her through her paces and give you guys some great fights so that you can get an idea of what this ship feels like. But long story short, it feels amazing. Let us begin. So we just have to treat it like the Mark I, where if we lose our shields, we gotta look for an exit. So even though we do have lots of hull hit points, it's better just to dip out of the fight than risk losing our weapons, which is gonna really be the worst part about it. Can't see in the planet. There we go. Yeah. Gotta back off here. I can't risk losing my guns, so let him come to me. Get our shields back up. Can't see into the sun. There we go. Like, I want to keep my energy up here. There we go. There we go. That punished him pretty good. I have more Gs to engage him with. So I got a good half a mag there. With all these weapons, that equates to quite a bit of damage. So let's go back in. Oh, he's coming in real fast here. Just skids out of the way a little bit. Getting a little closer here. Yeah, lost my shields. And back in we go. we go. Yep. Can't risk losing the guns. Can't risk losing the guns. Alright. Gotta watch my delta here. Yeah, he's thinking about it. He's like, lead turn. He's like, are you going past me? No, I'm right here, buddy. There we go. Yeah. There we go. There we go. I got one mag. His shields are down. Mine are up. Oh, he's backing off on me. No, 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 no. There we go. He's red nose now. He's in trouble. There we go. So delta is the relative speed differential between me and the enemy. Delta just means, you know, you're merging, right? Delta usually means that you're merging in a reverse direction, right? Otherwise known as a delta merge. It's just a, you know. Oh, okay. Bringing up the high speed. Come on, follow me then. Follow me. There we go. Come on, follow me. Took that trade turn with you, even though I shouldn't have. Let's see what our self-status is at. Yeah, I slowly work him, tickling my nose a little bit here. Because if I let him in, like in the bubble, if I let him too close to me, he's gonna get the rate limit on me. So I can't let him too close. If I let him too close, it's game over. Bring it higher energy here. Lost that trade war. See, light fighters are, again, right, the whole meta with this current flight model is lights are just going to avoid damage compared to, there we go. See, again, I took that whole mag to the face. Let's see if I can punish him here. But again, rate limited here. I can bring him up to a higher speed. No, missed all that. There it is. That's all I need. What a fight. Do Mark 1 Murder Hornet, which is the ultimate meta Hornet, versus the Mark 2. So we have, like we've been talking about in stream, folks, we have better turn rate, we have faster response on our thrusters, so we're basically flying like a slightly heavier version of the Arrow, and we have identical guns. So he's got, actually that's not true, we have size 4s on the wings, so we do have slightly more output power, but we just don't have the amount of main thrust. So he can control the fight in a certain kind of way. Alright, so there's the burst.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Okay, he's bursted through. Alright, now if I want to leave the fight, I got to be very, very careful because he can catch me in the Mark 1. There we go, a little burst there. So if I can actually get a little closer to him. Burst it through here. There we go. There we go. Oh, he's pushing through. There's the lead turn. Catch on the burst. Oh. Catch the lead here. He's going to go through. Oh, I missed the shot. Missed the shot, missed the shot, missed the shot. But so did he. Shields are coming up. Okay, he's passing through here. Okay, so he's again, right? See there? That's the power of the main thrust. I can't catch that because that's 28 Gs and I'm working with 23. So I don't have the option to force the fight onto him. And this is the power of the Mark 1 because the bugged main thrust is going to give us so much more flexibility. So he's got to choose what he wants to do here. You know, is he going to get all his stuff squared away? Is he going to disengage? Obviously the Ghost Hornet, very hard to target past 3,000 meters, so it disappears on us. There we go. So he got singed there. He's going to go wide. He's going to go wide. Oh, you can see him working in on an angle. Okay, I just mag jumped, so he's going to push me now. Oh, he's walking into the sun. I can't see. My turn to go into the sun. You come to me now. There we go. There we go. Worked an angle there. I'm going to push forward here because I don't want him to hold that angle. There it is. Ooh. Let's see how the F8 Lightning does against the Mark II F7C with all the F7A component upgrades put on it. So this is the Mark II at its maximum potential versus an F8 Lightning with all military equipment flown by our very own Soros to put her through her paces. Now the real question is, if I fight in mid-range against the F8 Lightning, I'm going to get punished to all hell. So what I gotta do is gotta be really careful here. Because if I fight her at the range that she wants me to fight at, like this range here, over throttle there. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna watch that turn there. There's the extension I'm looking for. Ooh, whose shields are coming back up? There we go. Yeah, she wants me to fight at that range, and I don't want to fight at that range. That's where she's going to be effective against me, so I got to be really careful here. Try to get underneath their guns. I might not have the turn rates. It's too dangerous to sit here. Gaining that position cost me everything. And I'm out of boosts. So I lost that big time. She's a bully. She's a bully. She's a bully. She's a bully. I have to stay at range a bit more here. There we go. Oh, come on, baby. Go, 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 go. Woo! Just made it out of that turn. Oh, she wants me bad. She wants me bad. He's backing up. Oh, don't you start with me. Alright, let's see what he does here. Very nerve-wracking against an F8. Oof. Lost that trade. Too steep of an angle. Too wide. Way too wide. It's okay, I can sit at this range all day. See what he does here. Come on. Ah, I can't see in the planet! Yeah, lost that trade as well. Man, shields are still up, man. It's just very obnoxious to deal with those size 2 shields. Oh, and I lost my turret. Yeah, that's not good. Alright, so I need the Panthers off. Oh no, I don't need those off. Yikes. Yeah, well, as soon as you take armor damage, you lose guns. So I keep the Panthers on, I lose the Badgers. I lose the Badgers. So that should be... There we go. No, I wouldn't say it's more fragile. It's just the components fall off really quickly, right? So... Yeah, we've lost a lot of DPS now, losing those 2 size 2s. So we don't have the turn rate to force the F8, which is where you should fight the F8 is in its weak turn rate. You know? So what we have to do is somehow fight it at the range that it's effective at, which is mid-range. See, look, he just lasers me for about a quarter of a second there, and he gets the whole burst. So not really much I can do here. And I'm not getting through those size 2 shields anytime fast. So he can just bully me at range here. Yeah, I'm still struggling on boost here. I can try to get up on him here. Yeah, but he makes those extensions and punishes me on the way in. I don't have the turn rate to get past that. Yeah. Every ship has a place in the meta. And even though the meta is changing rapidly, where the Mark II Hornet sits, in my opinion, is in a great spot. In a 1v1 dogfight with just light fighters, the light fighters still have the edge. Out of many fights we had that day, Sorrows was able to win multiple fights with his light fighter, and I multiple fights in my light fighter versus him when the roles were changed. All in all, the Mark II Hornet came out less often as a winner in light fighter versus light fighter combat than it did in medium versus medium combat. If we're going to talk about the ships and where they sit in the meta, medium fighters are basically the, well, for lack of a better term, multi-role fighter. If a F-16 is equivalent to something like a light fighter, the Mark II Hornet would be something more like an F-18, a much more multi-role platform. And even though the Mark II Hornet can still very much hold its own in a dogfight, it's still just slow enough that it has the disadvantage against something bigger like an F-8 Lightning, and slightly large enough that it still needs to have somewhat of a chance against a light fighter. Light fighters still maintain their role as the dominant dueling ships in the game, and heavy fighters like the F-8 Lightning are still viable enough to fight off single medium fighters. However, we have yet to test how the Hornets fare in a multi-gang setting, which is where the true strength of the Hornet, in my opinion, truly lies. There is nothing stronger than a pack of Hornets that decide to work together. But today's video is much more about where the ship sits individually and my first impressions on it, which in my point of view are I absolutely adore this fighter. It's quick, it's responsive, and it listens to the commands you give it. It's one of the most beautiful, smooth, and enjoyable ships I've flown in this game. It feels like an arrow that's slightly larger. But the beautiful thing about the Mark II Hornet is it's so responsive, and yet it doesn't feel overpowered. You definitely feel like a dogfighting ace when you sit inside this thing. But as an expert pilot myself and many other members here in our squadron, we feel strongly that the Mark II Hornet is sitting in a pretty great spot. Very killable, very balanced, and in my opinion, where true Hornets need to sit. A quick disclaimer for everyone who understands that these tests were done with the F7A hardpoint loadout that you get from completing the missions, which we'll get at the end of these mission cycles, or if you already had them from stealing them off military F7A upgraded Hornets. So the Hornet you see in these videos is a full potential F7C Mark II with all the bells and whistles and components that you need to make it the best it can possibly be. So stay tuned for more videos on the Mark II, more videos on how we deal with this thing in a multi-gang setting and how it feels. Understand that master modes will change most of this stuff, but it doesn't stop us from having fun in the present and enjoying a wonderful ship in a flight model as it sets itself into the next generation. If you liked what you saw here, folks, and you want to learn more about combat, please consider checking out our core skills playlist here on the channel to get you started. And as always, folks, I couldn't do this without you. Thank you for the love, thank you for the support, and thank you for everything you've done for this channel and this team. My name was Avenger1, and I'll see you next time.